Two very capable coaches, Eric Reveneau. I know, Casey, you spent a lot of time with him at Stanford. He actually was one of your coaches at Stanford, played at Stanford. Very good coach, particularly with big men. And Rex Walters, Coach of the Year in the West Coast Conference last year and struggling mightily this year, just trying to find the right guys.
Yeah, they've started 5 or 6 different starting lineups this year. Certainly not what they want going into conference play.
So we are set to go. It's going to be Tollefson and Vandermars to jump center. Look at it. Wintering, the guard who has just been lighting it up. And the opening tip controlled by the Dons. This is Watson, the freshman, guarded by the sophomore Wintering. Now Dirksen. Pinkins goes baseline. Give it up for Watson for an open three. A little bit short. The rebound run down by Bailey. Down low, a nice look that time from Bailey, but Vandermars couldn't quite get the ball up above his shoulders, and it was knocked away by Christensen. Watson leaves on the baseline for the cutting Dirksen, and it's swatted away by Vandermars. Here's Bailey at the other end. Good job by Bailey to get a man in the air and draw the foul. All right, Casey, let's talk about the keys to this game today.
Well, for San Francisco, they got a battle on the boards. Portland has a size advantage down low, but USF is tough, and they got to compete here. And then they got to hit the long ball. I'm talking three-point shooting. In non-conference, USF shot it very well, but they've struggled mightily in WCC play. And for Portland, they got to set the tone early. The Portland coaching staff emphasizes getting off to a good start defensively, which takes pressure off of their offense. And they got to pound it inside. Portland starts 2 6'11" big guys, and USF's tallest starter is 6'9" Mark Tollefson. He's only 215 pounds, Barry.
Yeah, not really a low-post player either. So that's going to be a tall order, literally and figuratively, for the USF Dons.
You know, and I think it was critical that Kevin Bailey got to the free throw line on his first possession, Barry. He struggled from the field. Getting 2 free throws, maybe seeing the ball go through the basket will help him in his confidence.
Pickens took the extra step, and a turnover for the Dons. Talk about how important it is to get out of the blocks quickly in this game for both teams.
It's always important to get off to a good start, but I think it's more important for USF than it is for Portland. Portland's playing at home. USF has, really struggled to find offensive rhythm and flow. The last 2 games, they've gotten blown out by a combined total of 62 points. So I think this team really could use a nice start offensively.
Yeah, I agree. This is Tollefson. Tollefson can step out and shoot it. Now Christensen, not a real threat to put it up out there. Now Pinkins. Dirksen with 2 on the shot clock, and that does not count. Shot clock violation.
Shot clock violation.
And obviously not the start that Rex Walters would have hoped for with his San Francisco team. They're implementing a new style of offense, Barry. It's a 5-out motion. They don't have a lot of post guys, so they're trying to get more ball movements, some ball screens, get guys moving around to see if they can attack the basket that way.
It's difficult for them today. I mean, this is a very tough matchup for the Dons, despite the fact that the Pilots lost one of their better big men. We talked about that. Riley Barker's out for the year, and another turnover as Bailey throws it away.
And that play is a classic example of what USF wants to do defensively. Their game plan is to take Portland out of their stuff, make them uncomfortable. Right there was a trap on Kevin Bailey, forced the high pass that eventually went out of bounds.
Watson leaves for Tollefson. Now Pinkins for 3, a little hard. Bailey comes away with it for the Pilots. Garoon that time really never had a handle on that ball. Good idea, not good execution. Tollefson at the other end for the flush.
And he shows off his length and athleticism early. 6'9". We mentioned he's only 215 pounds. He doesn't have a big frame, but he's very athletic, and he likes to finish above the rim.
So almost 3 minutes into this game, we've had one field goal combined, and that was that dunk just a moment ago by Tollefson. Bailey with a good look for three. Got it, and that's a key basket.
A big basket for Bailey, but I really like the pass by Alec Wintering. He saw the trap, and he took a back dribble. So he's small, so he needs to take that back dribble in order to see over the trap.
There's Watson, guarded by Wintering. Interesting matchup here. Watson blew by him on the baseline and couldn't quite get the roll. Wintering comes the other way. Now back it out.
There you go, inside. Backside,
Trapping defense by the Dons. Wintering, nice job. Bailey thought about it. Instead, he leaves it to DeMars, and DeMars, offensive foul. Got him with the off arm.
And here, just a miscommunication on Portland. No one getting back to stop Tollefson's dunk. But then here's that back dribble that I was talking about in that trap. Wintering, he's only 5'11", and he's probably 5'10". His hair makes him 5'11". But in order to effectively attack traps, he's got to take a dribble either back or to the side to get a better angle.
Matt Glover comes into the USF lineup. He was your X factor, and here he is right here with his first touch. Now Christensen down low, guarded by DeMars. Vandemars, I beg your pardon. Dixon for three. And he got it.
He's the Don's best three-point shooter, shooting 48% from there. I know on the scouting report for Portland, they have to mark him.
Now Bailey with a good look. In and out. Rebound to Glover, and here come the Dons will push.
And even though Bailey missed that, there's a stark contrast to how he's playing to how he was the other night on Thursday against Santa Clara. He looks much more comfortable, and he's coming out aggressive looking for his shot.
Was out here on his own taking shots, what, probably 5-10 minutes before tip.
Well, yeah, the other team was shooting layups. Meanwhile, Kevin Bailey was trying to get his rhythm on his jumper, and it looks to be paying off so far.
Dirksen could not get it to go, but a foul on the rebound. They'll get sharp on the foul. And we'll take a timeout. First time out here. 15-19 remaining first half. We are tied at 5. Baskets have been few and far between.
Portland Pilots basketball. Selfless, tough, passionate, hardworking, tenacious, dedicated, relentless, resilient, confident. We are Portland. We are Pilots strong.
It's hard to know what to do when your taxes are in a mess. At the tax law firm of Moskowitz LLP, we have over 30 years experience negotiating with the IRS and state, working out a good resolution or petitioning the court. No one wants to live life in the shadows, dodging phone calls, worried about criminal proceedings. We have the knowledge and the muscle to get you back on track. Give us a call at 888-TAX-DEAL or visit our website. We'll help you.
Hey, guess what day it is?
Hump day!
Hump day! It's hump day!
Yeah.
Hey, Mike! Mike!
Mike!
Guess what day it is? Hey, Camel! Guess what day it is?
It's not even Wednesday.
Let it go, Phil. If you're a camel, you put up with this all the time. It's what you do. If you want to save 15% or more on car insurance, you switch to Geico. It's what you do.
Okay.
Tied at 5, neither team really lighting it up. USF 2 of 7, Portland just 1 of 3 from the field so far. 15-19 remaining. Let's talk about news and notes, and there's a lot of both.
A huge statement win for Pepperdine, going to Provo and holding the nation's best scoring team to 61 on their home court. Stacey Davis, 23 points, 8 rebounds off the bench. And Kyle Collinsworth, he struggled in that Pepperdine game, but man, 3 triple-doubles there. Are you kidding me? Look, you know how hard it is to get a triple-double in 40 minutes of college basketball? That's ridiculous. And then Johnny D setting USD's all-time scoring record. Congratulations to him. And you know, I can't forget about Shimek Karnowski. But you can almost pick any guy on Gonzaga's team every week, and they could be the WCC Player of the Week.
And that goes about 9 deep.
Just happens to be Shimek Karnowski's turn.
Collinsworth, incidentally, in there with some pretty select company. Jason Kidd is one. Byron Shaw is one. I beg your pardon, Brian Shaw.
No, it really is an incredible feat. One more triple-double for him, and he'll tie the NCAA record. And I wouldn't put it past him to get 2 more and have the record all to himself.
Pinkett's tough 3, and he got it to go.
They rely on Pinkin so much offensively, and he's a pretty good three-point shooter. Actually, very good, 43% this year, and that's his 18th make from there so far this year. I have to say, it's kind of an ugly jumper, though, Barry, but it goes in. So
Style points
what do I
don't
know?
count. I don't
what do I
think,
know?
Here's another look at it.
Yeah, it's not much to look at, but I'm not mad at you, Cruz, because if it goes in, I can't say anything. I should just be quiet.
Gabe Taylor and Jason Todd, 2 talented freshmen now in the Portland lineup. This is Todd. Sharp for 3. Off the front rim and a rebound to Glover. And here come the Dons again. They got numbers 4 on 2. Nice give that time to Watson. Great play by Tollefson to give it up.
Oh, what a perfect pass by Tollefson. He got it and the defense was up on him. He had nowhere to go with this, so it was a quick touch pass right on the money.
It is the start that Rex Walters would have wanted, and we're going to get a foul underneath, and I think this is going to go, let's see. It is going to go against the Dons, against Darrell Robertson.
And they've done a great job of getting Portland out of their stuff. It's what their game plan is. They're trapping, they're making them uncomfortable, trying to make them throw long passes. And so far, they've been able to get rebounds and then get out in transition.
And a turnover. Good job that time by Glover to take it away from Todd. USF now on an 8-0 run with the ball.
He was my X factor, Barry.
There you are.
And that's why he's an X factor. He can do a little bit of everything. He's not a great scorer, Glover, number 5, but he does a little bit of everything else.
Chris Adams in the game now for the Dons. This is Watson, now Glover. Adams. Tollefson, good look. Knocked it down for 3.
Oh, this is the best shooting start that USF has had in their 6 conference games thus far. And Tollefson, he's 40% on the year, Barry, but coming into the game, he's only 23% from 3 in WCC, so it's nice to see him get off to a good start.
Yeah, and he is a good shooter. Portland, meanwhile, only 1 of 5, and they also have 5 turnovers. Not the start the Pilots would have wanted. Open look this time for Taylor. He was 5 for 5 the other night, and he makes his first one here today.
Well, yeah, I can still see the steam coming off the guy's head.
Really?
Hot, 6 for 6. Let's get that young guy the ball.
Adams, the floater for the Dons.
Offensively, they are in a rhythm right now. I know Eric Reveneau is not happy with how this Portland team is getting off to a defensive start.
And Todd knocks one down, and I called that last shot Adams, and it was Watson. I beg your pardon.
7 for 7 now for Gabe Taylor. If I was 7 for 7, Barry, I'm pulling up. I don't care if there's 3 guys on me. That ball's going up.
You did that when you were 1 for 7.
You're right. You're right. But at 7 for 7, I might be shooting a 30-footer. No, but in all seriousness, Gabe Taylor's going to have an opportunity for more minutes with the injury to Barker. There's a void there in that front court off the bench, and right now Gabe Taylor is filling it.
Just a freshman. This is Christensen. Tollefson. Glover puts it on the floor. Moved by Todd, but a great job to get the feet down low by Vandemars.
And a smart play by Vandemars. He knows Matt Glover is not a three-point shooter. He likes to drive. He anticipates that 1 second before and gets set, so the referee has an easy call to make.
This is Aitor Zubizarreta in the ball game now. Comes out of the Basque Country of Spain. Actually started the last game after playing very few minutes in the previous games. Dropped that one down low nicely for Vandemars, and the handoff goes to Taylor for the score.
And the important part about that play is when you see the trap, get the ball out as quickly as you can, but then it's that second pass, which was a penetrating pass, into the lane.
Tollefson guarded by Taylor. Now Watson. Glover puts it on the floor. Dirksen open three, a little short. Rebound out to Bailey, and here come the Pilots. Now a chance to cut this to 2 or 1. Zubizarreta looks down low. Now cross court for Todd, a little short with the 3.
But again, that was nice ball movement. That second pass is what created that open look out of the trap.
Christensen called for the ball down low. Tollefson swinging around for Glover. Has got a good look for 3. In and out. Rebound to Vandemars. Now Zubizarreta. Bailey in the corner, and you can see that time Glover overplayed his right hand and he just blew by him with the left.
Yeah, he was forcing him baseline right there to try and take away some of the space, but Bailey makes the nice 1-2 dribble move and just races up. He's 6'5", he's the biggest guard the Portland Pilots have in the backcourt, and his length is what got him that shot right there.
Christensen spins baseline on Vandemars, now leaves for an open Tollefson for 3.
And Gabe Taylor right there, he's got to recognize who he's guarding. There was no real need to help. Matt Christensen, I don't think, had a chance to shoot that ball underneath, and he leaves Tollefson open in the corner.
This is Taylor, looks low for Vandemars, but could not get the ball to him. Watson the other way with the lob for Tollefson, a little behind him.
On the floor.
We'll take a timeout. 9:48 remaining to be played here in the first half, and all of a sudden both teams shooting it pretty well. There was the drive by Bailey that got things a little bit closer, and then an open Tollefson. Not going to miss that shot very much. 5-point lead USF. 9:48 remaining first half.
Shopping online is as easy as it gets. Wouldn't it be great if hiring plumbers, carpenters, and even piano tuners were just as simple? Thanks to Angie's List, now it is. Start shopping online from a list of top-rated providers.
Visit angieslist.com today.
Hi, this is my dad, and he's an advertising executive. Hi, this is my mom, and she's an algebra teacher.
What would your child say if you never received your degree? Kickstart your career by finding the right college for you at Degree Solutions for free. And did you know that college graduates can make more than those with just a high school diploma?
I'm really proud of you, Mom.
Call Degree Solutions. 800-489-3254. 800-489-3254.
The DirecTV customers you're about to meet have allowed us to switch their service to Dish Network.
I had no idea that Dish Network was lacking in so many channels compared to what I had with DirecTV. I sat down with Madison to try to watch some TV. We tried to find her favorite channels, Nick Jr., Animal Planet, Disney Jr., and none of them were there. She was not happy.
I don't like it.
Tonight against the Rangers is Saturday Night on Ice. Watch the game and find out how to win this week's Collector's Edition poster featuring Logan Couture. We're giving away a different poster every week. Saturday Night on Ice on Comcast Sportsnet California.
Dons lead it by 5, 9:48 remaining, and Casey, so far for USF, it's been help defense triggering offense.
Yeah, we knew this is the game plan that they had going into the game. USF is going to try and trap Portland's guard, and for the most part, it's been effective. They're getting hands on loose balls. There's Glover leading this team in steals, and then even when they can get good defense or offensive position for Portland, there's 2 or 3 Dons defenders around, which has led to some easy buckets right there. In particular, Tollefson with the dunk.
And you can see 8-2 in terms of points off turnovers for USF.
And for a team that's struggling like San Francisco was coming into this game, to get easy buckets off of steals, that's exactly the recipe for offensive success.
Pinkins and Adams back into the USF lineup now. Wintering back, playing alongside Zubizarreta in the backcourt now for the Pilots. Little pick and roll that time, but Vandemars couldn't get the shot up, and we're going to get a grab foul on Pinkins grabbing Zubizarreta.
And that was a good look by Thomas Vandemars to Subasareta, but it came about 2 seconds too late. But I don't blame Thomas Vandemars. He was trying to get better position, but Subasareta was out there all by himself for a good 5 seconds.
USF playing very solid defense right at the moment. I know that's a mantra of Coach Rex Walters. Good pass that time from Gayroon to Vandemars.
It's a beautiful pass, big to big, and right there, you notice how Thomas Vandemars caught it, kept it high, quickly. There was no chance that anybody for USF could get a hand and block that shot.
Vandemars is a very smart player. Very smart guy, actually. I always like guys whose GPA and points per game are about the same. Glover puts it on the floor, has it rejected, although it was going to be short anyway. Subasareta comes the other way, stops the free throw line, scores. Back to a one-point ball game.
Well, he made his first start of the year just the other night. Not known as a scorer, but certainly capable right there. He has a nice-looking jump shot. But normally, Barry, he's a pass-first guy, only shoots it when he's wide open.
Dirksen had a shot blocked, I believe. Quite sure Tyson got a hand on it, but they're going to get Tyson on the foul.
And watch the interior pass right here. And he catches it, keeps it high. And Vandemars isn't the most athletic guy as far as explosive to the basket, but you don't have to be. If you get a pass like that, keep it high, there's no way that the defense can get over there in time to block it.
Out of Gouda in the Netherlands, and yes, that's where the cheese is made. I know that.
You know lots of stuff, Barry. Been around, dude. You've done a lot of games. You were doing games when I was at Stanford.
Yes, I was.
You're an encyclopedia of information. We were talking about how you were doing a polo game.
That's
you
true.
were broadcasting a polo game.
I know all about chuckers. Ask me about chuckers.
No, thank you. What kind of ratings does a polo game get?
Very,
who
very low.
that?
Very low. I had to tell you I did it, right? That's how many people were watching.
Another trap from USF. They're going to do it all game long until Portland solves it.
That time just a standing J by Bailey and a second chance given by Vandemars. Vandemars, as you said, just a very smart player, good position player, rarely out of position. Wittering goes all the way to the basket, and one of the Dons got a hand on it, and Wittering reaches in and fouls him. So we'll take a timeout. 7 minutes, 45 seconds remaining to be played here in the first half. Back and forth kind of game. Dons by 2.
Get in on the secret. Sign up for your personal promo codes and shop Fry's for the perfect portable companion device. The Visualand Prestige Pro 10D tablet. Now at Fry's guaranteed low $78. Protect your loved ones and monitor your home with the new wireless security system by iSmart Alarm with no monthly fees or contracts. Now at Fry's guaranteed low $149.99. And remember, your best buys are always at Fry's.com/deals. Guaranteed.
Reds lead it by 2. It's been an interesting game so far. The W.TV, your home for West Coast Conference action, featuring more than 65 live West Coast Conference men's basketball games. Visit the W.TV from your browser, your smartphone, tablet, or connected TV to watch live out-of-market games absolutely free. The W.TV, all the action anytime, anywhere. Dirksen comes from a coaching background. His dad coached at Amphitheater High School down in Tucson, Arizona. Pinkins down low over Taylor. Now up top, Watson. Watson guarded by the bigger Bailey. Now Adams. Christensen up top, leaves for Adams. Adams long 3, and got it with 5 on the shot clock.
Well, Adam likes playing in this building, Barry. Last year, he was the one who hit a game-tying three-point shot that put the game into overtime, a game that USF eventually won. Well, he's very comfortable here.
That's funny how certain players just like playing on certain courts.
Oh, yeah, I love playing at Pollard Pavilion. That was my favorite.
Tyson, a tough trade. Another freshman.
Now, he's really talented. He has a quick release, as we saw right there, and he is not bashful at all.
And a steal, stepping in front this time. Bailey to the basket for the finish.
Well, I wasn't sure he was going to dunk that. He's a very athletic player, but, you know, missed 8 games, out with plantar fascia, troubles. Didn't get a dunk in that game the other night. That had to feel really good for him.
Just to say, looked pretty good. Tied at 22, first tie we've had in a long time.
In the last 2 possessions, San Francisco has gone to Cruz Pinkins on the block to try and get something going on the interior.
Dirksen had a good look that time, couldn't finish from 3. Now Tyson the other way for the Pilots. Pilots a chance to take the lead, just under 6 minutes remaining in the half.
Expect the trap.
Gets it back up top. Tyson unloads again. A little short that time.
All out of bounds, USF substitution. Matt Glover in the lineup.
Matt Glover comes back into the game.
And Chris Adams, we talked about his game-tying three-point shot last year. And then DeMarcus Tyson has never met a three-point shot he hasn't liked. And Kevin Bailey looks to be back, fully healthy. And boy, what a good sign it is for the Portland Pilots to have him back in the lineup, their biggest backcourt player. He was our leading scorer last year, Barry.
Yeah, and playing like he didn't show any signs of an injury, at least tonight.
Well, they say he's been pain-free for over a week now. They've just been conservative on getting him back because he wasn't really doing much at all training-wise because his foot was hurting so much.
This is Robertson, now Tollefson. Dirksen baseline, trying to double clutch it and get it up with the left hand, and did enough to draw the foul on Garoon.
And for as good of a three-point shooter as Tim Dirksen is, he really does prefer to drive the ball. Just kind of weird to me. I mean, anytime I was open from 3, I'm letting that baby go. And Dirksen's shooting 48% from there. But he really likes contact at the rim, and he's a very skilled player at drawing fouls. But he's a 55% free throw shooter.
Yes,
right?
Somebody explain that to me.
Well, don't look at me. I don't know.
Well, you shot 77%, and you say you weren't a good free throw shooter.
Well, if you got a stroke like Tim Dirksen, the standard for you should be at least 75%.
I agree.
I mean, I was always upset if I didn't shoot 80% from the line as a guard. I mean, some guys have mechanical issues. There's something wrong with their shot. But for a guy like Dirksen who doesn't, 55%, that's not going to get it done.
Saw Zuba Zaretta leave for Eric Revenau's Pilots, and I thought he was very productive.
Very. I think they increased. I know they're down 1, but they were down more when he came on the floor.
Bailey, the floater, and that might have been knocked away by Taylor. That might have gone down had Taylor not gotten up and touched it. Robertson down low. He draws a crowd, and he'll go to the free throw line.
Portland foul number 11, Bobby Sharp, his second personal.
And right here we take a look at Kevin Bailey's drive, and I don't know if he needed to touch that ball right there. It might have gone in. But Gabe Taylor, I like this young man, and the coaching staff really likes this young man. So, hey, maybe he made a mistake by touching the ball a little bit too early, but you can't fault him for, you know, trying to be aggressive and get an offensive rebound and extra possession for his team.
I think any coach will take an aggressive mistake. Yeah. Robertson knocks them both down. Pilots significantly with 11 of their 22 points off the bench.
I mean, they've been trying to take it out of Wintering's hands. What a beautiful pass there.
Sure was. Bailey to Taylor.
And Taylor's streak continues. I believe it's up to 8.
4-4. Glover knocked down a 3. Not really known as a three-point shooter, but he got that one.
You're right. He's not known as a three-point shooter, but that's not because he can't or he's not capable. He's shooting 43%. He just would rather do other things, get to the middle of the lane and dish.
Bailey at that time did everything but finish. And this is going to be out of bounds off of Garoon. And it's going to be USF ball.
And Portland did a much better job, Alec Wintering, at breaking this trap. The quick pass up ahead, which creates the driving lane, and just a smart play. Passing up a good shot. Bailey could have certainly taken that shot in, but he passes up a good one to get a better one for his freshman teammate.
So Bailey will get a blow. Very productive in his time.
And they have him. I asked Coach Reveno if they have a minutes restriction on him, and they said around 25, unless, of course, Barry, he's playing well, and they need a bucket. Then he'll play more.
40. Garoon with a rebound. Wintering rather, the other way. Here's Sharp, and they really get right in Sharp's jersey. He is arguably their best three-point shooter.
Well, he's a guy that you lock and trail. You have a hand up every time he catches the ball. You don't let him get threes off.
Good play that time by Pinkins. Just overplayed the passing lane and finishes with a jam.
Well, the calling card for this Don team is toughness on the defensive end. The last 2 games I mentioned in our open there, they've gotten blown out by a combined total of 62 points, but they have a short memory. They've let that go. This is a new start, and they've played well.
Wintering had a good look, but never really got the feet positioned right. And now the Dons have the chance to extend to equal their biggest lead. Portland was hot for a while now, one of their last 6. Tollefson facing up, standing Jay short. Rebound to Todd. Now Wintering. Todd puts it on the floor, drives baseline, leaves for Wintering. And Wintering almost lost the handle on that. Todd with a good look for 3.
Well, he's another hot shooter for Portland, 3 for 4 from the three-point line in their last game against Santa Clara, and I felt like he passed up an open shot, got it back to Wintering, and then he didn't pass up that second one.
15 of the 27 points scored by the Pilots have been scored by freshmen. And that time Watson with a nifty move and high off the window.
Watson, not known as a scorer, only 6.5 points a game, but Coach Rex Walters really likes the way that he's probably the best pure point guard they have, and he plays really fast.
Another turnover. Here come the Dons. Glover just blows by Wintering all the way. And a foul, and a good foul that time taken by Sharp. Glover will go to the free throw line, but Sharp did save a sure basket.
And Bailey his foot was hurt, but it looks pretty healthy now. But USF's defense has stepped up with help from Cruz Pinkins. The Dons up 5.
Gonzaga is finally going to go to its first Final Four.
What did you think of your performance today?
W.
The W.
The W.TV, your source for live games, team profiles, West Coast Conference headlines.
Imagine a viewing experience so real. You're part of the game, actually feeling every hit into the boards. Experience 4D Sports, new broadcast technology that lets you feel hockey's bone-crushing action. Just use this easy-to-install wireless device that transmits the impact of the players right through your couch and into you. Go to shakemycouch.com right now and get in the game.
Welcome back. The Dons have led virtually all the way. 1:58 remaining first half. While you watch West Coast Conference action, join the conversation all season long using hashtag WCC Hoops. And for the latest news, scores, and more, follow WCC Hoops on Twitter. Well, 5-point ball game, I beg your pardon here. 32-27, just under 2 minutes left first half.
So far, San Francisco's defensive game plan has worked to a T. They're trying to get two guys back on defense. They're trying to identify and stop Alec Wintering. They're trapping him whenever they can. They're trying to front the post because they don't have a lot of size underneath, and they want to push the ball after turnovers. They've done all of those things thus far, Barry.
Yeah, they have. They've held Wintering scoreless. He's 0 for 3 from the field. Has 2 personal fouls. So they're doing everything right against him. Garoon, who's a scorer up front for them, has not scored in the ball game. Vandemars has only 2 in the ball game. That was a putback, as I recall.
And Eric Reveno knew exactly how San Francisco was going to play. So it's not like this is a surprise, but it's still difficult. They make you rush. They get you out of their stuff and make you feel uncomfortable.
Yeah, playing very well. This is kind of a throwback to what they were doing last year when they won 21 games, including 13 in the conference. And got a grab foul away from the ball.
Yeah, you mentioned that last year. They lost Cole Dickerson and Avery Holmes, 2 of their leading scorers, guys that they went to at the end of games. So important to have go-to scorers. And they're searching for answers a little bit this year, but they found some, at least in the first half today.
Bailey back in the ball game now for Portland. They need his scoring. Vandemar's jump hook.
And I like Vandemars just because he's simple. Like, he gets deep position. He doesn't try and fake you or move you around. He's going to get deep position. He's going to go to his jump hook, and he's effective.
Little reverse that time. He gave too much to the baseline to Tollefson. He finishes.
And maybe another player, a mortal player, wouldn't be able to finish that, but that guy's got go-go gadget arms.
Yeah, he does.
And reached around that to score.
Nice pass to Bailey down low, and Bailey will go to the free throw line.
San Francisco foul number 15, Cruz Pinkins.
Got Cruz Pinkins on the foul. Tollefson 10 points in the ball game for USF.
For the rest of the half. Matt Christensen in the lineup, San Francisco, replacing
Pinkins will sit, Christensen will come back, and Bailey will go to the free throw line for the Pilots. Try to cut into the 7-point lead.
And again, getting to the free throw line for Kevin Bailey. That was how we started this game, with 2 free throws from him. As a scorer, especially a scorer that's kind of been out for a really long time, doesn't have a great rhythm, although he looks good today.
Yeah, he does.
I'm just trying to make the point that going to the free throw line was probably a priority for him. Maybe the coaching staff said, hey, Kevin, try to be a little bit aggressive going to the basket so you can get some rhythm in your shot when you're unguarded from 15 feet.
So he gets the first. He'll have one more. Look pretty good.
Oh, he's shooting 82% from the free throw line. So he should want to get there a little bit more.
Dons with the ball in a 5-point lead, coming down toward 1 minute remaining first half. Adams draws a crowd on the baseline. And the give that time, nice pass that time to Glover, and Glover just puts it in over his head.
And it was a nice pass, but I give more credit to Glover for not just standing around, keep moving, get close and cut to the open area. And Portland just ball watching. It was a trap, but you still got to guard your guys.
And that one is knocked down for Todd. That's his second three. Or Tyson, I beg your pardon.
And 58 of his 77 shots this year overall are from the three-point line. He really likes to launch them from deep.
Thompson on the wing, puts it on the floor. Give it up nicely to cutting Christensen for the basket.
Listen, USF doesn't have a lot of post players, but they go to Tolson right there in the medium post, and he makes the right decision.
And Todd, with 1 second left, gets it up and in for Portland. And for a game that really started very slowly in terms of shooting production, it finished very fast. USF made its final 4, and of course, Portland finishes with a shot at the buzzer, and it's a 4-point game at the half.
And Todd's been shooting the ball really well. He's a freshman. They like him here at Portland. And one pass out of the trap, and no one steps up to help. He just walks right into a 17-footer.
21 points off the Portland bench, and that's what's keeping them in this fray. It's a 40-36 ball game at the intermission, and particularly the last 15 minutes of this half, particularly well played, really on both sides of the floor. Halftime, USF 40, Portland 36. We're coming back.
Portland Pilots basketball. Selfless, tough, passionate, hardworking, tenacious, dedicated, relentless, resilient, confident. We are Portland. We are Pilots strong.
Nothing stimulates a big hunger like a rigorous surf session. Jimmy, looks like you're imagining a hot, fresh pizza, my heart pizza. Just focus, Jimmy. Imagination can make great things happen. Like this. Just by tapping a few buttons, you can have an award-winning pizza with fresh, natural ingredients delivered fresh to wherever you are. Attaboy, Jimmy. Now that's using your imagination.
Are you drowning in IRS tax debt? Have unfiled tax returns, an audit, wage garnishment, or bank levy? Stop IRS Debt is the trusted, affordable way thousands have resolved and lowered millions in tax debt.
They saved me a ton of money, they were professional, and they were quick.
Stop IRS collections and resolve your tax debt.
Call 800-378-6434. That's 800-378-6434.
As the face of Gold Bond Men's Lotion, I just have to say, what a face.
Gold Bond Men's Lotion. Skin strengthening proteins plus 7 intensive moisturizers. Dry skin becomes healthy, good looking. Gold Bond Men's Lotion.
Man up with Gold Bond.
Being free from the flakes and itch of dandruff feels great. Maximum Strength Selsun Blue targets the source of dandruff, wiping out flakes and itch before they start, leaving hair clean and healthy. Selsun Blue. Freedom from dandruff.
Hey, Dave, I think this might be a problem. What? I don't know that your car is clean enough for Harrison.
What are you talking about? My car's very clean.
He's kind of a neat freak.
What? Hey, Harrison, how things back there?
Oh, Dave, the car's great, but just a few quick things. I noticed it was a little dirty.
The West Coast Conference Game of the Week is brought to you in part by Geico, saving you money on car insurance. By Red Lion Hotels, your first choice for lodging on the West Coast. And by the W.TV, all the action, anytime, anywhere. It is halftime here at the Chiles Center with the hometown Portland Pilots trailing the visiting USF Dons by 4, It is a 40-36 ball game. Barry Tompkins, Casey Jacobson alongside. And Casey, for a game where it looked like nobody could throw it in the ocean for the first 5 minutes, all of a sudden at the intermission, USF shooting 56% and Portland shooting 54%.
Yeah, I was worried that we were going to have a 20-20 game at halftime, but both teams really picked it up. But the story of this first half to me is USF's defensive pressure, making Portland uncomfortable, creating turnovers. And this is probably the best I've seen San Francisco's offense look. Good ball movement, good cutting action, and Mark Tollefson, their second leading scorer, an efficient 4 of 5 from the field.
I'm sure Rex Walter would be the first one to tell you that, too. That's probably as good as his team is playing.
He's never happy, Barry.
He never is. But I think relatively speaking, he's going to be happy. And really, for Portland, it's the bench. The freshmen really have been doing the most damage offensively for Portland. This, of course, is our game of the week in the West Coast Conference, and we've got a long series of games coming up. Next week, it'll be down in San Diego where BYU, or rather Gonzaga and Loyola Marymount at LMU. And then the following week, BYU comes calling at San Diego. LMU will travel up to Stockton trying to salvage a little something out of what has been not a good season in the first year for Mike Dunlap, but he's looking at an awful lot of new bodies. BYU will be down at LMU on the 7th of February. Valentine's Day, we'll spend together in San Diego.
Do it, Barry, yeah.
Same people will talk. St. Mary's in San Diego. USF will be at Pepperdine on the 21st, and we end our season right back here at the Chiles Center, San Diego and Portland. So busy schedule for us. Lots to talk about here in the West Coast Conference. Still plenty to talk about in this game. 20 minutes of basketball left. We're at the half, 40-30.
We are Pilot Strong.
Game of the week is brought to you in part by Geico, saving you money on car insurance. By Red Lion Hotels, your first choice for lodging on the West Coast. And by the W.TV, all the action, anytime, anywhere. We start the second half here in Portland. Barry Tompkins, Casey Jacobson alongside. We're at the Chiles Center. 40-36. USF has led almost from the get-go. Portland will have the first possession of the second half, trailing by 4. There's that trap again by USF. Sharp for 3. And he's 0 for 3 in the ballgame, their best three-point shooter.
And I expect Portland to do their best to try and get some easy buckets inside. Valdi Garoon has yet to even attempt a basket, and Thomas Vandermars has been effective 2 for 2, but 2 shots for him, not enough.
This is Dirksen, comes baseline, cut off by Garoon. They leave Pinkins, can't get it to go. Wintering the other way. Guarded by Watson. Watson's done a really nice job. There's Garoon.
And I know that Eric Revenant was telling his guys, we need to get Garoon involved. He's important to their offense and what they do. And if San Francisco is going to start a small lineup, you got to make him pay.
There's Dirksen in the lane. Now leaves it for Watson. Open tray.
And he's only shooting 29% from 3. Low percentage shooter, but he looked confident on that one.
Sure did.
What an added bonus it would be if Devin Watson can make threes for this Dons team. They'll almost be unguardable the way they spread you out 5 out.
Bailey outside working on Tollefson. Trying to cross over. A little lost control and forced the shot.
And you see how he slipped right there? I don't know. I don't want to be over dramatic about it, but you know, he's still trying to get his legs under him after being gone so long. Maybe that was one of the reasons why he almost turned the ball over right there.
Pinkins brings Garoon out. Now Watson. Watson guarded by Wintering. Really an interesting matchup. There's Pinkins on the elbow. Now Tollefson in the corner. Watson got a man in the air. Pinkins with 8 on the shot clock. Knocks it down. Very good ball movement. Nice rotation. And a finish.
You know how much easier it is to shoot a three-point shot when it comes off of 3 or 4 passes? The percentages just skyrocket when that happens.
And here's a steal by Tollefson, but he stepped on the sideline.
And just nice ball movement from side to side. Get it going. Get the guy in the air. But don't force anything. The open shot will be found if you keep the ball moving. Right there, Pinkins steps into an open one.
Bailey's going to take a seat, so short early spell here in the second half for him, replaced by the freshman Todd.
Well, the way their bench guys have been playing, I think Eric Revenue is confident to go to them right now.
He is. He's got 3 of them on the floor right now. Todd, Taylor, and Tyson. Killer tease.
I like it.
I just made that up. Try to get that down for Vandermars. And Vandermars with a jump hook, and they're going to say he was tied up before. Jump ball call, and a possession arrow is the Dons. No basket.
You can just tell USF's activity on the defensive end. They know they're undermanned down in the paint, so when the ball goes in there, they all swarm to take away shots.
There's Tollefson. Comes behind a Pinkins screen. Now Watson. Very unselfish. 8 on the shot clock. Dirksen got to do something with it here. 5 on the shot clock. And Pinkins had to force that one and knocked it in.
My goodness. It sure does not look pretty, but he has been on fire from 3.
Wintering comes the other way, comes up short. Here come the Dons. 4 on 2. Good lead pass by Tollefson to Dirksen. He's hammered. First 2 minutes here of the second half.
And kids, don't try this at home, all right? The way that Cruz Pinkins shoots a 3, I wouldn't teach that to anybody, but I like the results, and I'm sure that Rex Walters does as well.
Dirksen at the line to shoot 2.
Did it with 4 on the shot clock. USF over the last 2 minutes on a 9-0 run. Make it 10-0.
You know, sometimes those shots at the end of the shot clock, I like those because, you know, you don't have to look over your shoulder and say, hey, coach, is this a bad one or a good one? I'm just letting it go. I'm not thinking about it. The end of the shot clock, it's going up.
And the Dons with their biggest lead, 13. Just the start USF would have wanted here in the second half. Now the Pilots, as they have the whole game in the situation of having to play catch-up. Tyson misses a 3. Vandermars gives him a second chance. Tyson again for 3. Misses it again. And the rebound, Tollefson. And the drought continues for the Pilots. That time, Glover started to cut one way and Pinkins threw it the other. Robertson will come into the lineup now for USF, and Christensen will leave. Adams also comes into the lineup, and Dirksen leaves for the Dons.
We take a look at Coach Revenue. He was my assistant at Stanford. Great guy, great coach, very knowledgeable. He's trying to figure out how to get Alec Wintering involved. He's been a non-factor thus far, Barry.
There's Taylor up top. Now, yeah, he's really had to depend on the freshman to get the job done here. Wintering guarded by the much bigger Tollefson. There's Vandermars. Vandermars jump hook. Got that one.
That's his best move right there. And I know that San Francisco knows that he wants to go to the right-hand jump hook. But it's harder. It's easier said than done trying to take away his strengths.
That's a tough shot to guard under the best of conditions, isn't it?
Well, he's so good at getting deep position. All you can do is either foul him or put your hands up.
Nice pass down low again by Pinkins. Robertson draws a crowd. Now the kick out to Pinkins, who this time steps in and puts up a floater. And we're going to get an offensive foul against Pinkins. And again, it was Vandermars who got the feet down. It's the second time he's done that on Pinkins. Here was Pinkins again on that off-balance three-point shot with 4 seconds on the shot clock. Dons lead it by 11. 15:32 left.
Push it. Push it real good. Ooh, baby, baby. Baby, baby.
If you're Salt and Peppa, you tell people to push it.
Push it real good.
It's what you do. If you want to save 15% or more on car insurance, you switch to Geico. It's what you do.
I'm pushing it real good.
Introducing the new Subway Simple 6 menu. It starts with 6 of our best 6-inch subs, now and made just for you meals. For just $6 every day, you've really got it made.
I got it made. Fresh at Subway.
Take your pick from 6 of our best subs, like the Italian BMT, tender turkey breast, sweet onion chicken teriyaki, and more. With a 21-ounce drink and a bag of chips, the new Simple 6 menu is value made simple every day. You so got it made.
Subway.
Check this out. With Xfinity Home, we get 24/7 professional monitoring and live video monitoring we can watch on our own TV.
That's way better than our old security system.
Don't be old-fashioned. X1 customers control your Xfinity home service on your TV with the X1 Entertainment Operating System. Get started today for $29.95 a month for 12 months. Call 1-800-XFINITY or go online today.
4-point halftime lead to 11 with 15:32 remaining in the ballgame. That guy standing up right back there, Cruz Pinkins, has really been the difference maker, Casey.
Oh, he came in as their leading scorer, and he's had himself a day. He got it started on the defensive end with the steal, which led to the easy dunk, and it sure makes three-point shots easier to take when you got a couple under your belt. And he had 4 threes against Gonzaga in their last game, so he's on a bit of a hot streak right now. But Barry, he just picked up a crucial foul, and they're going to have to play without him for a little bit. I don't know how long Rex Walters is going to keep him on the bench, though.
It's got to be interesting. That was his 3rd foul, and of course, still a long way to go here. 15:32 remaining in the game.
In the lineup for the Pilots, replacing Dave Taylor. Tim Dirksen returns to the lineup for San Francisco.
Dirksen back into the USF lineup. So for the Dons, Dirksen, Glover, Tollefson, Robertson, and Adams. For the Pilots, Wintering, Tyson, Bailey, Vandermars, Todd. And nice lead that time. And Vandermars finishes off the pass from Todd.
And that is exactly what Thomas Vandermars does better than any big besides Shemek Karnowski in this league, which is seal, get deep position. And I also have to mention what a nice pass it was. He took an extra dribble. I believe it was Todd who took an extra dribble to get a better passing angle. That's an underrated play from a freshman.
Tollefson working on the freshman Todd. Todd did a nice job to close on him. Dirksen with Wintering in his pocket. Dirksen comes baseline, just blew right by for the score and one.
Tim Dirksen.
And I mentioned in the first half, Tim Dirksen is a good three-point shooter, but this is what he prefers, getting to the lane. There wasn't a ton of contact. He actually prefers more than that. But keeping the concentration, the eyes up on the rim, and three-pointer the old-fashioned way.
Tollefson's going to sit for the Dons, and Watson, after a very short blow, back into the point now for USF.
So now USF's 2 leading scorers are on the bench. It'll be curious to see who their go-to guy is on the offensive end of the floor.
They go a little smaller here, too, and they're looking to Vandermars down low. Vandermars guarded by Robertson, gives it up for Tyson. And now Bailey. Bailey drives, is grabbed, and cannot finish it, but he will go to the line for 2.
Bailey's been aggressive with his drive all night long. And against Glover, I like that matchup. Glover's one of their best backcourt defenders for San Francisco. Bailey gets the step, and Glover just, when you're beat like that and you have help coming, the best thing to do is just to try and go straight up. He continued to fight and hip check, and that's what led to the foul.
So Bailey will go to the line for a pair. He's got 11 in the ball game.
For the Pilots, Aitor Zubizarreta.
And Zubi Zareta come back into the Portland lineup. Wintering will leave, and Vandermars will get a blow also.
For San Francisco.
And Alec Wintering still hasn't found the rhythm offensively. They're trapping him on almost every ball screen. He hasn't made a basket thus far.
Bailey misses both free throws.
Lane violation.
A lane violation will give him a take 2 on the second one.
And I guarantee, Barry, this free throw goes in.
Okay.
How about that?
I'm going to hold you to that.
Every time you give an opposing team another free throw. Oh, man.
See what you did to him? I blame you for that.
Maybe that's the first time I've ever seen that.
It's the first time it's
in
ever
my
happened.
entire career, Barry. I just remember every time that my team would commit a foul line violation, the guy would switch to the next one for sure.
Of course. And they compounded it with a foul on Garoon. There's Watson, now Tollefson. Watson got a little chicken wing. Dirksen, a little short. Rebound down to Garuni. Zubizarreta and the travel.
And Zubizarreta had a couple of options open there, but because of the defensive pressure on the trap, he wasn't able to see out of them and make the right decision.
So we'll take a timeout. 13:49 remaining to be played here in the ball game, and USF with a 12-point lead. We're coming back.
No Sharks Media Pass? No problem. Insider Kevin Kurz has your back.
A couple changes today for the Sharks. Antiniemi will be back in net.
Sharks insider Kevin Kurz on Comcast Sportsnet California and CSNCalifornia.com.
Taxes are your year, only much simpler. You can handle simpler. Intuit TurboTax. It's amazing what you're capable of.
The DirecTV customers you're about to meet have allowed us to switch their service to Dish Network.
So we called Dish Network to find out exactly what we could record and what we couldn't record with the Hopper. We thought that you could record 6 shows all at the same time. Then after the call, it seems like you can only record 2 shows during prime time. And the 4 other shows are what Dish Network tells you can watch, which is what's on the networks. So I am still very confused about what you can and what you can't do with Dish Network.
Authentic Fan Thursday returns Thursday against the Maple Leafs. Everyone gets a collector's edition Joe Thornton cheer card. Plus, when you buy a ticket in our section, you'll get these Sharks Authentic Fan sunglasses. For more information, visit csnbayarea.com/AFT.
We welcome you back to the West Coast Conference Game of the Week. It's the USF Dons playing like they haven't all conference. 54-52, they lead it, 13:49 remaining. And really, there's been nothing fluke about it. The Dons have gone out and taken this game.
From tip until now, it's been USF's defensive pressure that's been the story of the game. They've controlled the tempo, and as long as they continue to play so well defensively, Barry, they can rest Pinkins, who's on the bench right now with 3 fouls.
Yeah. That's a jump hook, kind of a jump hook. Tollefson couldn't get it to go, but the Dons will have another chance.
And there are those go-go gadget arms again, tipping the ball out to get an extra possession.
Watson takes it all away. He couldn't finish. Loose balls finally controlled by Tyson. Now Bailey. Bailey will crossover all the way. It won't go. It'll go to the line, and he wanted that one.
And that was perfect recognition by Bailey. Garoon is trying to post up, and what happens is he basically screens off the baseline side for Kevin Bailey to have a one-on-one at the rim. Glover comes over, but he's a little bit too late.
Kevin Bailey is the line to 2.
So Bailey, who just missed 3 free throws, will have 2 more here.
Yeah, I guaranteed that he'd make it too. So I'm not going to say anything this time.
You were right this time. I know you were thinking it.
I was. I wanted to so bad.
And Pickett's going to come back into the ball game now. So Rex Walters, maybe this is an offense for defense kind of thing.
Well, maybe he trusts Pinkins to make the smart play, stay out of the foul trouble. You know Pinkins wants to be out there. So I imagine that if it comes down to him committing a 4th foul or letting a Portland Pilot lay the ball up, he's probably going to let him lay it up.
I think that's right. But I got to think Portland will challenge him at the other end.
They should.
Tollefson now. Dirksen. There's Pinkins. Watson. Glover to Tollefson. Tollefson, long 3, comes up a little short. Bailey the rebound. A nice reach in by Glover to take it away from him. And Dirksen is going to draw the foul. They're going to give this foul to Zubizarreta.
And what a sequence of events for San Francisco. Glover, my X factor, he leads the San Francisco team in steals. So off of the Tolleson miss, he doesn't give up on the play. He gets his team an extra possession. And then Dirksen, how many times have we talked about him? He's like a bulldozer, man. He wants you to make contact with them, and he gets the M1.
And a three-point play, and it's a 13-point ball game. And so far, the Pilots have just not had an answer for the Dons.
And they hit a few threes in the first half. I don't think they've hit one in this entire second half.
Bailey forced that shot. That was not a good shot. Here comes Watson the other way for the Dons. 3-on-2. Watson all the way is hammered.
You see how Watson showed the ball there? It was almost like he was asking Portland to block that shot. And two guys did, but one of them fouled him.
So Watson will go to the line for two.
And you mentioned it. That was a poor shot selection by Kevin Bailey on one end. There really was no advantage. He forces it up. And what happens when you take a bad shot, you put your transition defense at a disadvantage. And right there, Devin Watson smartly just pushes it up the back of Portland defenders and gets to the rim.
Watson knocks down the first free throw. And now 4 Dons in double figures. That was Watson's 10th point of the ball game. Tollefson has 10, Watson with 10 now, Pinkins with 11, and Dirksen with 13.
And I like the adjustment that Rex Walters made. I mentioned early in the first half, they're going with a 5-out motion offense because they don't have any low post guys that can score. It's really been effective. Portland's had a hard time guarding them.
This is Tyson. They're really coming out and defending the three-point line, too. Wintering tried to leave it that time. It's going to be off Christensen. It'll be a Portland ball. Now Sharp comes back into the lineup, and Sharp is usually a scoring threat. Has not been so today. He's only had 3 shots and missed them all. Bailey will sit.
Yeah, he's 14 of his last 25 from 3 coming into the game. They need his shooting, especially right here in the last 12 minutes of the game.
Wintering. First basket for him.
Also, sometimes all you need is see the ball go through the rim one time. Maybe Alec Wintering will reinsert himself back in this game offensively.
Great job by Vandermars on the defensive end to knock that shot Watson's away. And Wintering that time threw it up and almost hit the side of the backboard. Glover the other one for USF. Leaves for Christensen now up top Adams. Very good ball movement, all but the finish. Christensen could not get it down. He does get it back. And Tollefson with the left hand comes up short, and it's finally cleared by Todd.
That was a beautiful pass by Tollefson. Christensen wasn't able to finish, but I really like Tollefson's game. I think he's played an overall game today. Very complete play.
Shot selection on this end, however, has been something less than sensational. Going to get a reach-in foul on Christensen. We'll take a timeout, 11 minutes left. There was Dirksen to the basket. He finished it with a free throw for a 3-point play. It's a 13-point lead.
Every game has a hero. Every award requires time, sacrifice. Every champion tells a story. And every story must begin with a dream. The West Coast Conference.
At ANA, we're building a global network in the sky, designed to provide efficient access to Japan and beyond. We believe you can engineer harmony, and it's all by design.
At
Round Table, we've done something big, very big. We've created the new Triple Play Pepperoni Plus pizza with 30% more pizza than a large and loaded with 3 kinds of pepperoni, our regular, primo, and mini pepperoni. Lots of our famous 3-cheese blend that's never frozen, all atop our dough that's made fresh every day and baked into a seasoned crust. More of us to love when there are more of you. The Triple Play Pepperoni Plus, now available in-store or at roundtablepizza.com. Only at Round Table, the last honest pizza.
Welcome back. The Dons maintaining a 13-point lead here with 11 minutes to play in the ball game. The defensive play of the game brought to you by Geico, and it features Cruz Pinkins once again. Stealing it up. One 15-minute call can save you 15% or more on your car insurance. The Geico defensive play of the game.
San Francisco's had several good plays on defense. It was hard to pick just one for the Geico defensive play of the game, but Cruz finishing that one off with a dunk sealed it. I didn't have a lot of defensive plays of the game when I was on the court. Right?
I always remember.
Do we have an offensive play of the game?
I always remember you as a defensive standout. That's what you always told me.
Oh, man. Ask Coach Reveno if I played D.
He'll tell me, huh? Up and missed once again by Tyson. And here come the Dons again with a chance to increase.
Barry, that's the 3rd or 4th rushed shot that Portland has taken in the last 5 minutes. It's a disturbing trend for Coach Reveno's team. They need to get some more ball movement and get an easier look.
Get out. Tollefson, skip pass for Christensen. Christensen doesn't often look to shoot. That time he puts it out hard off the window with the left hand. It's not going to get any style points, but it counts.
Yeah, he doesn't look to shoot, but the thing I like about Christensen is he knows that he's not a scorer, and so he plays within himself and only shoots when he gets the ball deep.
Tyson, again, a rush 3, and Vandermars with a good offensive rebound. Sharp had a good look. It still won't go, and Todd pulls the rebound down. A 3rd chance for the Pilots.
And they've gone ice cold from the 3-point line. I like that shot by Bobby Sharp, though. I feel like the best time to shoot a open 3 is off of a offensive rebound.
Todd drops this down for Vandermars, and we're going to get a whistle on a foul from behind.
And Vandermars is working really hard down there trying to get position, but the way the San Francisco team is playing, they're flying all over the court. They got help on the front and backside of Vandermars. Feel bad, but I mean, he's working hard. He just hasn't got a lot of touches.
Portland bench, after having 21, I believe it was, in the first half, has none in the second. This is Wintering, guarded by Watson. And Wintering down. Not an easy shot.
Not an easy shot at all. He's a much improved jump shooter, though, this season than he was during his freshman year. But you heard Rex Walters on the sideline say, good defense. Hey, look, if Wintering's going to hit that shot, you're fine with that.
There's Pinkins again. Pinkins working on Vandermars. Comes up a little short. Good job by Vandermars, but a better follow by Pinkins.
I love his activity, not giving up on the play, not assuming that somebody else is going to do the dirty work. I think he knew that shot was going to miss, and he knew where the bounce was going to be.
Going to get Tollefson on this foul. Got Wintering with the body.
Oh, he's so good, using his body to create space. He's giving up a couple inches to Vandermars, but he doesn't care. He's going to continue to work and work and work until that ball goes through the net.
And Pickens will come out of the ball game once again. Glover replaces him. Bailey back in the ball game for the Pilots. And the Pilots are going to have to get on the gas quickly if they're going to do any business in this game. Garoon lost the handle for a moment. Now Wintering on the floater. It still won't go down for him.
And they're still struggling. At least right there, they made a small adjustment. They let Kevin Bailey initiate the offense to get Alec Wintering off the ball and get him moving towards the basket. Didn't work out, though.
Tollefson with the smaller Sharp on him, takes it right to the tin and scores.
And that's just where being 6'9" is awesome. That was good defense, but when you're 6'9" and you can shoot over a 5'11", 6-foot defender, there's nothing really you can do.
It's just great recognition on the part of Tollefson.
They got away with the travel right there, it looked like.
Yeah, it sure does. 10 seconds on the shot clock. They're going to recognize here. Bailey goes behind his back, leaves it for Vandermar's. Nice pass and a foul on Christensen. So we'll jump away just under 8 minutes, 7:56 left in the game. It's a long way back for Portland. They trail by 17.
Surfing, the natural ingredients of fresh air and the rhythms of the ocean. You know, Jimmy, the same thing applies to what you put in your body. Like this. Fresh ingredients naturally grown and locally sourced, like the award-winning Big Sur with fresh mushrooms, fine-ripened tomato sauce, and roasted California garlic. Looks like this all-natural thing is really catching on. Natural ingredients. It's what makes the difference at Pizza My Heart.
Putting on a show. They lead by 17, just under 8 minutes remaining in the ball game. For live scores, video, stats, news, and more, download the free West Coast Conference app today from iPhones or Google Play. The all-new WCC app, now available for Apple and Android tablets and smartphones. Beautiful scene here, the Willamette River, right by the University of Portland. Very pretty campus here. And a very nice facility, the Chiles Center.
It's my first time here. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
It's not beautiful outside, though. I'm a California kid. I like the sunshine.
As am I.
Struggling with some of this rainy, misty weather. But it's sure nice inside basketball gym.
Vandermar's. We were talking about this in the break, but Portland came in here a very good free throw shooting team, and USF came in here a very poor free throw shooting team, and guess what?
It's the opposite today. That's what. San Francisco, third worst free throw shooting team in the country. Not even just the WCC. And I was joking with Eric Revenue about it. It's going to be a battle on the free throw line tomorrow. And he's like, I know that San Francisco is going to come in and they're going to get their rhythm at the free throw line against us, of all people.
They're 12 of 14 today. Pinkins, good look for three again. Misses off the right side, and the rebound down to Taylor. Sharp, good look for three. And he still can't find it. He's the best three-point shooter.
And that time he didn't even catch it cleanly. I actually saw him look down at the line to see if he was going to shoot a three or a two. Those rarely go in.
There's Dirksen at the free throw line, double clutches. Now back to Glover. Clock, the ally of the Dons here. Pinkins just faces up, shoots, and misses.
I don't like that shot you just mentioned, that the clock is their friend. Why not pass that shot up, keep the ball moving, and get a better one? I know Pinkins is having a great game, but it's still, you know, you still got to play the game with some intelligence and some pace.
Fourth foul just picked up by Pinkins, and he will have to leave now, probably for a few minutes.
Yeah, I doubt he sits for more than 2 or 3 minutes before coming back in to finish this game.
Glover also has 4 fouls, and Tollefson has 3. Now, the lead is big enough that might not be a factor, but something to be aware of.
Yeah, especially if Portland finally gets in a rhythm from the three-point line. I feel like They've gotten some good looks, Barry. I know we've talked about USF's defense, and they deserve some credit, but Portland has had some wide open looks in the second half and have not been able to hit them. If they can get in a rhythm, maybe hit 2 or 3, this game gets under 10, and we got ourselves a ball game.
Well, they're 0 for 6 in the second half, and not much better for the game, 4 of 14.
Now, they've had a hard time dealing with the traps and the activity of USF's defensive game plan all game long.
Watson with Wintering in his face. That's quick on quick. Watson and Wintering. Dirksen might have taken the extra step.
Again, looking for that contact. Got a little bit too greedy there and turns the ball over. Only the 8th turnover by USF. They've done a good job taking care of the ball.
Yeah, they have. Well, kind of a crack in the door here for the Pilots. They can't have a lot of empty possessions, though. Bailey knocks it down.
And a difficult shot right there off the pump fake. He doesn't get Dirksen to bite and hits the fall away. He's taken a couple difficult shots. That one just happened to go down.
Tollefson leaves in the corner for Watson. Now Dirksen for an open look for 3, and it won't go. Todd with a rebound, and here come the Pilots. Chance to get this to single digits with a 3. Vandermar's underneath. Scoring. 10-point ball game, as close as the Pilots have been in a long time.
And another great seal by Thomas Vandermar's, but how about the pass from Kevin Bailey? About 23 feet away from the basket and whips it with his right hand, so that all Vandermar's had to do was catch and finish.
Portland on a 7-0 run now. 5:35 remaining to be played in the game. See if the Dons have an answer. Long trays down by Tollefson, a huge shot.
What poise on that shot. This crowd was finally starting to get back in this game, and Tollefson silences them.
Eric Revenue calls out a play from the bench. We're going to get a grab foul.
Vandermar's does such a great job of getting position low. Kevin Bailey delivers that ball. And then what a big 3 to answer. Silence the crowd. Tollefson having himself a great game all around, but especially from the 3-point line. He came in today struggling, only shooting 23% in conference play. But throw those numbers out the window tonight.
One thing Eric Revenue has to be happy about, and that is the play of Bailey. You can really tell he's starting to come back into form.
And with the struggles of Alec Wintering, they basically turned the offense over to Kevin Bailey, especially in the second half. He's got 15 points, but he also has made his impact felt in other areas too. 5 rebounds, 4 assists. He's making plays for them.
Bailey with 17 now in the ball game. Zuby Zaretta comes back in to the Portland lineup. Bailey will sit for the moment. I'm sure he'll be back on the offensive end.
You know, we talked about his minutes restrictions. I think those numbers are going to go out the window as well. I expect Kevin Bailey to sit for maybe 1 minute of game time before returning.
Zuby Zaretta reach foul, non-shooting foul.
And now USF has a full shot clock. I expect them to use it all the way until the last 5 minutes, unless they get a wide open cut or drive to the lane.
Glover. Now Tollefson, and I think Taylor might have, or rather Garoon might have got a hand on that ball. Wintering coming the other way, goes all the way, lost the handle, loose ball, and the Dons pick it up. Careless error by Wintering there. At the other end, here's Adams, and he's going to back it out for Tollefson. Now Pinkins drives on Garoon and comes up short. Time for the rebound. Here's Wintering. 1-on-3. Wintering goes all the way. Tried to leave it that time for Zuby Zaretta, who was spotting up in the corner. It was knocked out of bounds.
And nice transition defense by the Dons. It's been one of their priorities to get 2 guys back on defense every time a shot goes up or a turnover takes place. They have made it a priority to stop Alec Wintering. He likes to drive to his right hand. He's been very effective there. It was just an example in that last play, Barry, of them knowing the scattering report, knowing where Alec Wintering wants to go and taking it away.
Rex Walters brings Cruz and Glover to the sideline. Again, it's an offense for defense sort of thing. Well, a reminder, the W.TV is your home for West Coast Conference action, featuring more than 65 live West Coast Conference men's basketball games. Visit the W.TV from your browser, smartphone, tablet, or connected TV to watch live out-of-market games for free. The W.TV, all the action, anytime, anywhere. 11-point ball game, 4:05 remaining to be played here at the Chiles Center. Stranger things have happened, but I don't think the Pilots can afford too many more empty trips down the floor.
No, and I'm looking at the huddle for the Portland team right now, and I'm wondering if Coach Reveno, looking up at the clock, seeing 4 minutes to go, it's an 11-point deficit they're facing. Are they going to go to Thomas Vandermars, or are they going to go to Kevin Bailey, maybe try to get a 3-point shot opportunity?
They just got the ball in to Bailey. Bailey brings Dirksen out with him.
They're trying to get Vandermars right here on the block.
They do drop it down for Vandermars, and they're going to get Christensen hooking Vandermars. The second foul on Christensen. We'll take a timeout. 3:55 remaining to be played. 68-57, and Portland will go to the free throw line when we come back.
Rebound scores! There's your answer. Tommy Wingles, James Shepard. What a goal by Logan Couture! He shoots and scores. That's 7 in a row at home.
I'm the greatest hitter in the world! Strike one. I'm the greatest hitter in the world! Strike two. I'm the greatest hitter in the world! Strike three. Wow. I'm the greatest pitcher in the world! Yes!
Optimism. Pass it on. A message from the Foundation for a Better Life.
Get caught buzz driving, and you could do some hard time.
Craig, knock it off.
Sorry, Mom. It could cost you around $10,000 in fines, legal fees, and increased insurance rates. And that could set you back a few years. Buzzed, busted, and broke. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
3:55 left in this one, and the USF Dons leading the Portland Pilots by 11. Coming up right after we're all done dancing here at the Chiles Center, Pepperdine and San Diego. The Peps, of course, coming off their biggest win in a long, long time. Probably the biggest win for Marty Wilson since he's been the head coach there, maybe even since he played there. I don't know. But a win at BYU, that's coming up right after we get out of Dodge. Santa Clara is at Gonzaga at 5 o'clock. Loyola Marymount plays at BYU at 6, and St. Mary's travels to Stockton to do battle with Pacific Jacobsons.
My brother, Adam Jacobson, is an assistant coach at Pacific. And USF's only conference win came against the Tigers, although they're working on getting their second right now, Barry.
Sure are. You know, and in the end, we've been talking about the free throw shooting, and we said USF, one of the worst free throw shooting teams in America, as Vandermars splits two. Loose ball, finally picked up by Dirksen. And here's Watson, and Watson going to challenge Vandermars, does, and draws the foul.
Well, I think Rex Walters was a little bit nervous about Watson challenging Vandermars there. He probably would have preferred that he pulled that ball back out, maybe ran some clock. But I guess you can't fault the young guy for being aggressive and trying to get a shot there.
So Watson will go to the free throw line. We talked about what the Dons have done so far this season, less than 60% as a team coming into this game. But today, they're getting it done very well.
And free throws is not an entertaining topic. It's very boring, but it's crucial there in games. I mean, I know this game is not a one-possession game, but free throw shooting, when you look at teams who are competing for one-possession, two-possession games, it's often the free throw line that is the difference.
Well, and that's what I started to say. This still could come down to a free throw shooting contest. Vandermars misses too hard. That's a tough miss for Vandermars and the Pilots. Bailey reaches in.
And Vandermars just hesitated right there. I'm not sure why. He got the ball. He was open. You know, he's a good post player, but I've noticed that he's not very comfortable when he gets 4 or 5 feet outside of the hoop. He's also a player like USF's Tim Dirksen who prefers contact. It almost makes him feel more comfortable. Right there, he was open and just rushed the shot.
So Christensen will go to the free throw line now for the Dons. 3:32 remaining. Christensen knocks it down.
And they didn't expect much from Matt Christensen today. I thought he's given them great effort off the bench. He's even scored a little bit. He only came in shooting or averaging 3.3 points.
Gets both free throws, and the Dons 15 of 18 from the free throw line today. Bailey fall away.
And a beautiful move, a difficult shot. This is a dribble step back. This wasn't a play, it's just an ISO. Kevin Bailey versus Dirksen. Takes him left, takes him right. Step back, and the referee calls the slap on the arm. I mean, it's a good play, Barry, but again, you can't rely on that with 3 minutes and 20 seconds to go. If you're relying on those plays to get a win, I don't know if it's going to happen for you.
Absolutely, and as you said earlier, they are 0 for 6 beyond the arc in the second half. And another missed free throw from a very good free throw shooting team. There's Watson. Watson give it back to Glover now, and they'll work the shot clock. And there's a reach in on Bailey.
Pulling foul on double zero, Kevin Bailey, third personal, 19 foul.
Third foul on Bailey.
It looked to me like Bailey intentionally fouled him, and I'm not sure why that is. He got so close to Glover. Glover is not a three-point shooter. He can make a three, but that's certainly not what he prefers to do. A mental error by the senior Bailey in that situation. You got to just play that possession out.
So it puts Glover at the free throw line. Glover knocks it down, as the Dons have done as a team today.
It's like we're in Bizarro world from the free throw line.
Really? I mean, it's everything you expected did not happen in this game.
That's why they play the game.
There is a cliche I love. And Wintering got into traffic, and they're going to get Christensen.
And that play right there is something that I've seen from Alec Wintering all season. It's the first time that he's gotten the call tonight, though. They've done a good job of guarding his right hand, and when he gets to the basket, not fouling and playing straight up right there, they got a little anxious.
USF 85% at the free throw line today. 17 of 20.
And it's going to be the difference in the game. I mean, they've done a lot of other things, too. I don't want to just point to the free throw line. But had they shot 50% today like they always do,
yes,
we're looking at a 3 or 4 point game.
Different game, absolutely. Here's Tollefson, and now the Dons certainly will work the clock here. Dirksen goes hard, has it rejected. And here comes Wintering, 2-on-2 on the wing. Todd to the basket.
Oh, and a really nice finish by Todd. Tollefson did not want to foul him and give him an and one, so he kind of got out of the way. And right now, Portland defensively is trying to trap, much like San Francisco does, to speed them up and maybe create a turnover.
And Rex Walter's going to take 30-second time out here, 2:24 left.
Well, and you get a turnover, and then your offense becomes much easier when you get out on the break. And right there, Todd doing a nice job keeping his eyes up on the rim. He anticipated the contact, but when it didn't come, he just laid the ball in. And now Portland is making an adjustment. They have to. We're under 3 minutes to go, still a 10-point game. They're going to have to trap. They're going to have to create turnovers, get a steal, and maybe if they can't reduce the deficit a little bit in the next minute, they're going to have to consider fouling to prolong this game.
Portland has been something of a roll from the field just recently. They're 4 of their last 5, but it could be a case of too little too late. Here's the scoring for the Dons. We mentioned this earlier, 4 players in double figures, very balanced scoring.
That's exactly what you want. Rex Walters, if we'd have presented him with that leading scoring graphic, he would have said, I'll take it, fellas.
And then a guy like Christensen contributed too. He had 6 points, 7 boards, had 3 assists.
It's a good point, Barry. To win on the road in any conference, especially the WCC, you got to have role players step up.
Pinkins from the corner. Can't get the 3, but they get a second chance. Long rebound. Tollefson controls it. Dons with a new clock.
What a devastating play that is for Portland. They do their job and get a stop and then can't finish the defensive possession with the rebound, and now they're going to have to play 20 more seconds of defense right now.
Watson up top. Clock down to 1:42. Shot clock at 10. Pinkins again from the corner. Got another 3. That's about as good as you could do it.
Perfect ball movement, perfect execution of their 5-out motion offense.
Time Bailey got a little far underneath. He did salvage it by drawing the foul, and he'll go to the line. Here's another look right at the end of the shot clock.
And Tim Dirksen getting into the lane, drawing Thomas Vandermars. I'm not sure why Thomas was so keen on helping right here. That would have been a difficult shot for Dirksen. Instead, he leaves Pinkins, who's been hot from 3 in the corner. Bad defensive mistake, and it cost him. And you can tell by the bench reaction from San Francisco.
Yeah.
They are desperate for a win. This team really needs something good to happen to feel better about themselves. This is a talented team. Came in the season with a lot of expectations, Barry. They were a surprise team last season. And, man, they've had a brutal start to the year. Some of that has been scheduling, though. I think, they played at St. Mary's, at Gonzaga. As Alec Wintering puts in a layup. They've also had BYU at home. They've played some of the best teams that the WC has to offer.
They have, and the point guard position was uncertain for a long time also, and it seems that that's stabilized now, that it's Watson's job. He's done a nice job leading this team.
That's a good point. I think the development of Devin Watson paired with their new 5-out motion concept on offense is helping this team move the ball, find a little bit of rhythm offensively. They're always a tough team to play against on the defensive end of the floor.
They have maintained this double-digit lead virtually throughout the entire second half. It's a 4-point game at the half. And USF got out of the blocks very quickly in the second half. Stretched the lead to double figures that have never looked back.
And if USF goes on to win this game.
Got a reach foul here on Tyson.
Barry, I don't want to be over dramatic. I really don't. I know we're on TV and we're supposed to, sell. This is a devastating loss to Portland, I believe.
So. Yeah.
This is a team that believes in themselves to be a top 4 team in the WCC. And if you want to be that, this is a game that you kind of have to lose it, especially the way they have. It hasn't even been close for a majority of this game in the second half. has got to be disappointing to this group.
Absolutely, and I think just the opposite, really, for USF. I mean, you got smoked in Spokane. And to kind of gather yourself, come here in what is a tough place to play under normal circumstances, and walk away with not just a win, but this is a convincing win for John.
I've been really impressed as Tyson makes a 3 with USF's ability to have a short memory. Forget about those 2 blowout losses. Leave them behind. And I talked to Rex Walters about that, and he said that he talks to his team about letting it go. And he tells them, we got to let that go, which is, a great saying, and it's also a really awesome Disney song that my daughters love to sing from the movie Frozen.
But it's hard to do.
And I would sing it for you right now, Barry, but I'm not going to do it.
Well, here's what's down the road now for USF, and you talked about this a little bit earlier, Casey. I mean, they have not had an easy schedule so far, and I'm not trying to tell you it's going to get that easy, but Santa Clara, they're at Santa Clara, but for them, they have to consider that a winnable game. They're home with Pepperdine and Loyola Marymount. Then they have to go on a road play at BYU and at San Diego. That'll be a real test for them, but things looking a little bit rosier, getting a win on the road here, having to play at Santa Clara, of course, next week, but things looking up for the Dons.
Yeah, look, there's no technically easy game in the WCC, but I would agree with you that their upcoming schedule is easier than they've had to navigate thus far.
Very balanced effort for the Dons today, and that's what they have to be. They are a team that is the sum of the parts.
San Francisco.
And today, all those parts work together. Watson's fouled in the backcourt.
And I agree, Barry, they are the sum of their parts. However, I would say that there are 2 clear offensive stars for this team. Mark Tollefson and Cruz Pinkins, and both of them stepped up today and had a game. And then Devin Watson also, as you take a look at him at the free throw line, he's a table setter. He's the guy that Coach Walter says is the best pure point guard on our team. And even though he's a freshman, I thought he grew up a little bit in today's game.
I thought so too. He's been very effective. And he's really done a nice job defensively against Alec Wintering.
He's done a tremendous job, but it hasn't all just been him.
No,
Their entire game plan to stop Wintering has worked today. But let's give Devin Watson some credit as well.
No basket, but Wintering will go to the free throw line. 41 seconds.
Number 5, Matt Glover, his 5th personal.
And that's going to be the 5th foul and last foul on Matt Glover, so he will be done for the day.
And I thought Glover played a nice game. He was my X factor coming into the game. He's not a very talented offensive player, and I think he would tell you that as well. But he knows exactly what his role is, to rebound the basketball. He leads that team in rebounds. He also leads them in assists, Barry. He does a nice job of getting to the middle of the paint and making plays for other people. And then defensively, he's one of their best backcourt defenders. He's done all of those things that Coach Rex Walters asks him to do.
Yeah, that's right. Started his career at Penn State. Was a starter most of last year. Wintering drops that down.
And Wintering just had one of those nights that you'd like to forget. You know, coming into the game, he'd scored 20 points 6 times this season alone, Barry. Pretty impressive.
Enough, though, he's now got 11 points, and he didn't have a basket, I don't believe, until...
No, he had 0 at halftime.
Yeah, that's right. And I think it was pretty well into the second half before he got his first basket. Admittedly, a lot of these are coming at garbage time, but Watson's going to go back to the line now. Remember, this is an 8-point game here, so stranger things have happened than this.
Oh, it's going to take a Herculean effort, though.
It is.
Especially if USF continues to shoot free throws the way they have all game.
Well, that's the difference maker right there. Watson with 18 points in the game, and he's 9 of 11 at the free throw line. Gets them both. Tyson from the corner for 3. And now it's a 7-point ball game. We call this foul on Bailey, and that'll be his 5th, so he'll be all done for the day. Can't be choosy at this point, though.
No, you just have to foul. It doesn't matter if you have 4 fouls and you're going to get disqualified. If you're the team's best player, it doesn't matter right now. They just need to stop the clock so they can get some more possessions.
Bailey with 20 points on the day. So seems that he is back in form. He had 5 rebounds and 4 assists to go with those 20 points. 9 of 13 at the free throw line. And once again, Watson's just making the pilots pay at the free throw line.
Well, he's on a rhythm now. I mean, he's just stepping up right like it's practice.
Those are pure.
And how about Dirksen selling out right here with a 9-point lead, still diving on the floor at half court. I love it.
From the corner, Sharp for 3. A little short. Tough shooting night for Sharp, and that should just about do it. Tollefson get it ahead to Pinkins for the flush. And that should wrap it up with 16.7 seconds remaining to be played and a technical foul.
Technical foul for hanging on the rim.
How do you like that?
Oh, he's going to be watching this in their film session tomorrow, and I'm sure Rex Walters will have a couple of words for him. But then he'll be like, you had about 20 points tonight, so
he had a good game.
I think I'll forgive you.
But I promise Rex will remind him about it.
No doubt. He's as intense of a coach as you'll meet, and I mean that in the best way possible. He was an intense player at Kansas, and he made the NBA, and he'll even tell you there's no reason he should have made the NBA. He wasn't gifted with unbelievable length or athleticism, but he had a work ethic that was second to none and a tenacity that he played with on the court that was second to none, and that's what he expects out of his guys that he coaches every day.
No, that's very true, and he will remind Cruz Pinkins about it. That, oh, by the way, technical foul, college basketball also includes a personal foul, and Pinkins is fouled out of the game.
At least he went out in style, right? If you're going to foul out hanging on the rim. That's what I say.
That's what I say, too, but I bet that's not what Rex Walters says.
Good point.
Wintering will extend things just a little bit more as he fouls Dirksen.
And look at Rex Walters still coaching his team with the same fervor as he did on the first possession.
I think he's coaching the next game now.
You're right. As a coach, you're constantly building habits for your team.
That's a heck of a win for USF coming here, and especially coming on the heels of a big loss up in Spokane, albeit to a great basketball team. But, you know, you can't lick your wounds for too long, and they came in here and virtually from the get-go beat the home team.
Let it go, Barry.
Yeah.
I have 3 daughters at home. They desperately want me to start singing the Frozen song, Let It Go.
I think you should. We can go off the air with that.
Do you know that one?
Not by heart. I know the song, yes. My daughter's 48 years old, so
gotcha.
I don't have to sing that to her anymore. That's a wrap for us. Final score, 89-77. For my partner, Casey Jacobson, I'm Barry Tompkins. Thanks for joining.